So tibialis anterior, a muscle that runs on the lateral aspect here of the tibia, and it basically connects up to the upper third of the tibia down here, and it comes down and connects into the cuneiform of the foot. And it helps with basically dorsiflexion. It means basically it helps with pulling your foot up from that position, and also medially rotating the foot in. Now, this can get tight from running, it can be from cycling, if you do a lot of running, or even hiking, walking up hills. Now, I think this is a muscle that people sort of really neglect. Some as a therapist, because I know a lot of people when I've massaged people, they've never had this muscle released. And it's important to keep, to hit every aspect of what I would say is not technically part of the calf, but of this lower extremity. Because, if the calf gets tight, okay, perennials get tight, the foot function isn't going to, the perennials that come down to the side obviously connect, and they're like slings, they help stabilize the foot. And if anything's tight, the body's not going to perform to its best. And you have an opportunity now to using this performance foam roller to release the tissue. Also, if the calves get tight over time, you can get a loading into the inside of the bone, where people predominantly get a lot of what you call shin splints, and that can be quite painful, and it can stop you from training or participating in your recreational activity. So it's a very good idea to keep these loose, whether that's manually from stretching, using the foam roller, or from sports massage. Now, to get this worked on, okay. Now I'm going to use I can use zone 2 for this. Now, when you do this to start off with, you're on your all fours. Now, the important thing you got to realize is, because you're loading, the first third of from this side of the roller, if you put too much weight down, as you can see, the roller lifts. So you just have to pay due attention to that, to load your body weight accordingly. And if you feel it lift, just moving your center of gravity over, just to help compensate, because you don't want the leg to come off and hit the floor. You don't want anything from there. So again, just pay due attention to when you're doing, especially this particular part of the movement. Now, what it's going to do is going to come onto the shin. Now, the important thing is that you turn your foot in, so that you're caressing the outer tissue there, and it's not directly onto the bone, okay, because really not going to achieve much, okay. So you're going to turn the foot in from there, and you can work through that. Now, this is what I would say more of a beginner to intermediate position, because when we go into the more advanced one, you've got to hold your body weight in basically, it's like a plank position, okay. So it's going to be a lot tougher to do that. So again, just turning the foot inwards, so you immediately rotate the foot in, and you're working that lateral aspect. Now, when you find the points from there, you could bring the foot up and down again, slightly come up, move the foot up and down. So it's a self-trigger point technique, and then again, just easing into that point. Now, you can either go straight into that or using the zone 1 to warm that up. If this is extremely tight, always start with the zone 1, then go to zone 2. Okay, I wouldn't recommend going too much onto the zone 3, because it might be a little bit too much for the tissue. It's a very small muscle, and the main part of the belly of the muscle is up from the front there. Now, for a more advanced version of that, obviously you can load accordingly to coming up, and you're just lifting the knee. So the point of contact is your toes and knee. Then from there, you're going to load from the arms again, extend the leg, and you're just, again, that's a little bit more of a freer movement to roll in and out. And obviously, if you're not conditioned to do it from that point, just bring the knee down and then just turn the knee in from that position, just gently. And it doesn't need to come, from the ankle point up to the knee. The main part of the belly of the muscle is here. So the tendon part comes down from there, so you don't have to work too much down that part. Again, you can work on the perennials on the outside by just turning that foot immediately in a little bit more from that, more of a loading position there. And then coming forward or knee down from that position. Okay, great way to release the tibialis anterior at the front of that part. So again, working all aspects of that lower extremity. Gastroc, calf, the two heads, the soleus, perennials, and tibialis anterior. There's some other intricate muscles that are the lower end of there, but there you can manually get into them from that position. So great technique to use to release the tibialis anterior.